What's up guys, my name's Tom and we're going to take a look at the Vivo X200 Pro today. Just going to give you a brief overview and my initial first impressions. Thanks for watching, let's go. Okay, so let's kick things off by just going over the phone. Up front we've got a 6.78 inch AMOLED display, 120Hz, a 6000 mAh battery, an under display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, a triple lens camera setup on the back. We've got a 50 megapixel wide camera, a 200 megapixel periscope telephoto zoom camera, that's at 3.7 times optical zoom, and we have a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. We've got laser autofocus, Zeiss optics, and for the chipset we've got a MediaTek Dimensity 9400. It's running Android 15, Origin OS 5, this is the Chinese version, a global variant will be released in the coming weeks, and yeah, it's just brilliant flagship specs. So as I've just mentioned, this is the Chinese version of the phone. However, it has full Google Play support and all the Chinese apps are able to be removed. You literally just go into the App Store and download the Google Play Store. It's all built in, and then you can set the language to English and job's good. So if you guys are after a Chinese phone, I highly recommend the Average Dad Tech Store. The Average Dad is a YouTube channel, shout out to Mike. He actually inspired me to buy my first Chinese phone through his store, as I felt he was a trustworthy guy. Turns out he is a great guy. Yeah, I highly recommend, all for the best prices. Some global versions are on there as well. And yeah, if you have any questions about any Chinese phone, he's your guy. Okay, so now let's go over the software. Swipe down and you've got your notification panel and your control center. You can split this out as well if you'd like, make it very much like iOS. The good thing about these ROMs is they're very customizable and come with lots of built-in themes. We've got an always on display which you can change, which is very nice. You can change the overall system style, the icons, the colors. It gets into the really nitty-gritty. You can change the fingerprint animations, face recognition animations, always on animation, charging animation. There's so many animations and you can customize it to your heart's content. The home screen and the app launcher is pretty good. Like I say, a lot of these things you just need to take time and set up and see what works for you. There's lots of nice little features built into the software, so if you hold down the volume button, the flash will turn on. Double click volume button will open the camera. This is the camera app. You've got all your zooms at the bottom. You've got your Zeiss picture settings at the top. You can have vivid, textured or natural. I like natural. That's all personal choice. Vivid is good for different circumstances. Then you've also got super macro mode. The best thing about this telephoto camera is it can do super close-up macros. Just blows my mind every time. Yeah, nice software, pretty stock to be fair. There's a few Origin kits which are basically their widgets. A lot of them are in Chinese. The clock ones are nice. But then you've got your regular widgets at the bottom, app widgets. So I've kind of just used Google's stock widgets, and this is how you'd access the assistant and the Google Lens. Because if you hold the power down button, that doesn't do anything. Straight out of the box, it would open the Chinese assistant, which I've turned off. And unfortunately, I haven't found a way to map the buttons yet. There's a dynamic island knockoff. So if you play some music and then tap at the top, you've got your controls. I quite like that. It might be a knockoff, but it works. Yeah, I've replaced the dialer because it does come with a Chinese dialer, which is good because you can record phone calls. However, I just prefer the stock Google dialer. Same for Google Messages. We've got multi-window support. There's lots of gestures, still working them out to be honest. If we open Chrome and then 3 fingers up and then open another app, that's how you can do your split screen. You can swipe 3 fingers down for a screenshot. There's lots of gestures and personal preference settings. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some camera samples now. This is my dog Bessie. Quite a few dogs on this album, not going to lie. So yeah, I'm just going to flick through. Got some phone photography. Low light is great. You can proper see the sharpness and the headlight beam. but it's still super clear. This is Buddy. The phone is great for portraits. I do notice a subtle green hue sometimes, but that can be corrected. This is May. Again, portraits are just amazing. This is one of my favourite ones. You can literally almost feel the whiskers on this one. The texture is just, look how wet her nose looks. Selfies are great. Not as good as the X100 Ultra, but more than good enough. This is the macro example. So this is a phone, not a professional camera. This is Elvis. Again, look at the texture of the feathers and the clarity. Just blows my mind. And now we've got some zoom examples. So we're going to zoom into the Euro cell sign, which is at the top there. Should probably flip over. So yeah, just the clarity, and I mean, a lot of it will be AI, but come on, that is just amazing for a phone. So yeah, amazing phone. The camera blows me away every time I use it. Great camera. One of the main reasons to buy this phone. So with Chinese phones, you do have to consider that some features might not work as they would in Western markets. So Google Pay does work, but it depends on the card. There is a workaround by using a curve card, which then lets you use Starling, Monzo, etc. Android Auto does not work, although it might change when the global version comes out. Wear OS support for smartwatches. That doesn't work, unfortunately, which is a shame because I've got a OnePlus Watch 2R that I really like and that I can't use with this. But there's always workarounds, and yeah, it doesn't hold back the experience really in any way if you just look past those points. So guys, that's the end of today's video on the Vivo X200 Pro. In the next few videos, I'm going to take a look at the OnePlus 12 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Thanks for watching my first video on YouTube, really means a lot. Please like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.